You know you're on big fish when your 3 power fishing baits are a Crush 25, a friggin' bull shad like 3-ounce giant, and a friggin' Nichols mag spoon.
It's like an 8-pounder.
That's when you know you're trying to catch 40. Welcome to mikeybalzz Fishing. We're doing what we do best, fish deep in Florida. Chasing giants, boys, chasing giants. So we caught an absolute mega bag and had a shot at 40 pounds. We're gonna go back out here and see if we can break 40. I don't know if it's gonna be possible. We kind of put a hurting on them the other day, dude. But we got some techniques that we can use. You know, I'm gonna start cranking in that. I'm also gonna probably throw like some like Ned rigs, maybe some jigs, maybe just some bigger baits, dude, to try to trigger them. But we might have to kind of like adapt a little bit because I think these fish are starting to get a little kind of in tune. This place has had a couple tournaments out of it. I got on these fish about 2 weeks ago, and they've been epic, dude. Friggin' right when I got down here, I had a shot at 2 30-pound bags. Then freaking, I let the weekend go by. They had some big derby out here. I went back out, freaking caught 35 pounds, had a shot at 40. So we come back out today, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be disappointed if we don't catch freaking 30 pounds. So we'll see what happens, but we're gonna be adaptable, always gotta be open-minded. It's nice to come down here and only have like a week or two to kind of like figure things out. You know, like to an extent, I was starting to get kind of monotonous and like sick of like fishing the same stuff all the time. So it's nice to kind of come down and have a fresh outlook. I have learned some stuff from Alabama and to apply them here. So that's what we're gonna do today. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate all the support on the videos. I'm going to stare at these for like an hour or two, and then hopefully we'll get on some fish, all right? Graffin! Wow, that's weird.
I think that's a good one. Just had to get a little deeper. Actually, you know, I got that silent crush, so I'm kind of mixing it up, and it goes just a hair deeper. Not a giant, but like 4-pounder. Yeah, 5. She's gonna do that. Hey, get back in there. Oh. That's how you start the day, though. I got you. I don't think you were coming off. Oh, buddy. That's a little solid. That's probably 3.5, 4.
Quick little thing, like we've been switching back and forth between crankbaits. You saw like we kind of switched between that crush, that 6-ounce crush, and the 10XD, which I absolutely love. But there's a reason we're switching back and forth, so I quick want to tell you why. So this is the crush right here. This is actually the silent version. I think, what do you call it? The Crush 25 or something. I don't know, don't hate me too much. It's like the C25, it dives 25 foot, or it says it does. But here's the deal, like this one compared to the 10XD dives deeper. Like it does. I can hit like 26, 27 feet on like a super duper long cast. It also does like a more of a, it gets down faster and it grinds more. So we're throwing this thing when we're out in like 23 to 25, because basically I'm trying to get as much bottom contact as possible. But the 10XD, and you guys all know this color, you can see she's gotten a workout the past few days. Look at how freaking chewed up she is. Green gizzard shad. That 10XD is perfect anywhere from like, I've hit 25, 26 with it, but it's more like hitting like a single object. More so like it's like 21, 23 or so. But on those deeper things, basically we're fishing these like shell bar flats, and like I want that bait hitting bottom as much as possible. So I'll use the 10XD when I'm in like 20 to 22, 23, but this crush has been super handy when I start getting like 22 to 25 or so. So that's why we're switching up.
Think. Yep, that's a giant. That's a giant. Guys, we got a freaking stud on. Just gotta line up the cast and make it happen. Please stay on. It's interesting, guys, because we actually fished this point. It's a little bit of a shell bar. We fished it in a different direction, and I swung around and fished something else, and then basically hit it in a different direction. Uh-oh. This is bad. all of a sudden we caught like 3.5, 4 pounder. And usually you catch like some of the bigger ones first. So I was a little bit like disheartened. So I'm like, oh, well, whatever, you know, maybe we'll catch some 3 and 4 pounders. And this one's a lot bigger than 3 or 4 pounds. But the other thing too is when you're fishing these crankbaits, you want to keep all the hooks in them that you can. Oh God, yep, she's got them good. Oh, come here. Thank God it's got triple grips. I got you. That's like an 8 pounder. All right, we found him. We're gonna throw her in the level real quick, and we are going to go get back on that point real fast. My homies, we caught an absolute giant. Look at this thing. But here's the deal. I need to get her back. They get freaking, it's hot out. I don't want to screw with these fish. I don't kill fish. I don't try to kill fish. And you just got to take care of them, dude, because this place is so epic that the last thing I want to do is screw up like the fish population, how they're growing into be giants, because like this place could put out 65 pounds at some point. This could be like freaking Clear Lake back in the 90s. So let's get her released. I'm gonna quick weigh her real quick. $7.4, just an absolute stud. Awesome. All right, honey, go back to where you live so I can catch you again, because you have the shoulders of a freaking 11 pounder. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. Made a little adjustment, you know, pulled out that crush. It's a silent crankbait. It dives a little bit deeper than 10XD. Has a much more kind of wobble. But I think the big trick is we triggered that 3.5, 4 pounder, and then she bit. So we're gonna line back up. Probably missed an opportunity because it seems like when they bite in sets, and you gotta go do, catch them real quick. But hey, rather let her go, you know, make sure she's okay. And we'll get back in there. We'll have our shot, right? Guys, look at the shenanigans. Those are bass fish. So let me show you something interesting. We're on my C-map right here. This is where we just caught that 7.4. So I actually fished it this way for like 20 minutes, dude. Long cast with the crankbait. So we were headed up there. We fished around here for a little bit, and then I drifted back, and we hit it at kind of a 90-degree angle, a little bit different. Man, there's fish everywhere. Look at that. And she bit. I'm not a huge fan of redirecting stuff, like, because sometimes you just got to play the wind. I don't have an Ultrex, but I think in this case it made a difference. Like, she definitely like saw the bait differently, or we got a different angle on that shell bar, and they got triggered. It's all about triggering, not in the way that, you know, people talk about it these days, but triggering, bass triggering. I think I got a good one on. I think I have a knot in my line. Guys, we got a Ned rig on, and these fish have gotten a little weird with the crankbait. And so we put on the Ned rig with 8-pound fluorocarbon, and yeah, here we stand. I have no idea how big this fish is. I thought it was like 4 pounds, and now she's acting the fool. Now it's like 5. Come here, you're done. Really? That's like the freaking 5th fish I've lost on a stupid freaking Ned rig. Unbelievable. So there's 2 things that I like to throw when, you know, the crankbait bite, we caught a couple big ones, but it really fizzled out, and it got kind of tough. Like, they would swipe at it, and it wasn't happening, man. You got to pick up on that. But 2 things I like to throw when that happens, I got them right here. So little Ned rig, you put it on like 10-pound or 8-pound fluorocarbon on a spinning rod. That's a Nichols JTK Mag Ned. That's 1/4 ounce, and I use a Fat Ace. The other thing is kind of a Mag Neko. I got it on bait casting tackle, 12-pound fluorocarbon. That's a 1/4 ounce weight, and then a big Zoom trick worm right there. The nice thing about those rigs is they'll catch a bunch of fish, but they'll also still catch some of those bigger fish in an area, and you can put them on the spot and leave them on the spot and just shake them. Like, when these fish get weird, if you can mark a couple of them like we have and just put that bait on the juice and just shake it, dead stick it, shake it, dead stick it, you can trigger them to bite. That's seemingly a better one. Yep. All right, guys. Just had to slow down because she's gonna take me on a run. God, she ate it, dude, like a 12-incher, like super duper light. I got this Magnum neko rig on my Halo TI 7-foot medium. You guys know how much I love this. Wow. Okay. How much I love this rod. It's like crazy sensitive, like almost too sensitive. I'm really glad I put a bigger hook on there because this fish is angry. Wow. Dude, I barely felt a tick. It was just dun. Wow, she's pissed, dude. There's my worm. She's still a little ways out there. Usually when you see your worm, all right, you need to come here. I only got 12-pound test on here, guys. So I'm being a little gentle, but at the same time, God, what a powerful fish. It's like a 5.5 pounder, dude. Maybe 6, but just like, they are crazy freaking angry. Wow, got my line all tangled up. She ate it. It's a nice 5-pounder. Just a super broad. Oh man. All right, let it go quick. Peace. So let me show you real quick. This is more of a Magnum neko. So I have my standard, like the neko rig that I like. It's that Demiki. This though is like a 1/4 ounce, which is pretty freaking heavy compared to what you normally use. And then I have this VMC. It's a heavier duty hook. This is not what I'd use on Gunnersville and stuff like that, but I know these fish are giant. And then you end up with just a little rig like that. I got it on 12-pound fluorocarbon on my 7-foot medium TI, a little stouter rod because they're big. Let me show you something that I did here because it's kind of interesting. So you guys know, you've seen my scene map a million times. These fish are in like 22 to 25 feet of water. So I've adjusted my shading. Like the break-off ledge is about 29 to 30 feet. So I've adjusted my shading so that I can see that break-off ledge. You see, I marked a school here the other day. So like I can look at this map and see where that break is and then have a good idea of where I need to idle. You can see I've idled this whole break. Just makes it a little more efficient and has you looking at like the right water more often, which, I mean, you know me, efficiency is the key, dude. Freaking if you can like line them up and do it a little bit quicker than everybody else, good stuff. Fishies, fishies, fishies. God bless it all. Son of a gun. That's a big one. Guys, we got a giant on. There. Come here. I think she's got the hook pretty good, guys. This is on the neko rig. We slowed down again. Come on. Come on. There she is. She ain't coming off, boys. Nice. Freaking 7-pounder. Freaking 7-pounder. Guys, we're freaking doing it again. We had to slow down a little bit. Dude, we got a nice freaking 7-pounder, dude. It's freaking chunky as heck. Let's get her back though. I don't want her to get too stressed out. Peace out. We really had to slow down though, dude. These bars are like, they're fishing like really small. You can see we kind of drifted off of it, but it's just right around in there. And there's like 3 of them. There's one here, there's one there, and there's one down there, and you just kind of like shift around a little bit. Is it bad when you're disappointed that you caught like 30 pounds and change? Of course it's bad. It means you're spoiled. And I am freaking spoiled. Some of these fisheries that I found, you know, it took a lot of work to find this stuff, dude. Like I did a lot of Google Maps searching and I fished a lot of lakes. And there's like 5 or 6 lakes in the Central Florida area that I fish. anywhere from like Okeechobee all the way up through like Sebring or so, that are absolutely epic. Like just epic when they're on, dude. They can suck sometimes, but the reason I'm slightly disappointed, and dude, throw some hate, like, dude, call me out on this down in the comments box, like tell me I'm a douchebag and that I should shut up and appreciate what I got. But you know, we had a shot at 40. And dude, I think like that's like the pinnacle to me. Like when you start getting in 40s, like that's an insane bag. I don't care where I don't even care if you're on like a stock pond, whatever, dude. You start breaking 40 pounds, that's like epic weights. And we had a shot at 40 the other day, and I came out and I thought I kind of had them dialed in, but the bite's definitely dialed down a little bit. It's toned down. The fish aren't as active. I'm sure guys have found stuff and they're beating it up. We had like 3 or 4 spots. It was kind of the plan. We were doing kind of a rotation deal, and we just couldn't get the big bites. We got some big bites, but whenever you break 40, you have to catch like a 9 or a 10, and we just didn't get it, dude. And we didn't have the 7s to go. We had a couple 7 changes, we had a couple 6s, a couple 5s. So we had an absolute mega bag, but it just wasn't the mega of mega bag. But I hope you guys are enjoying this content. Like I said, down in Florida, I'm on a giant search, so that's what I literally did today. And there was a few baits I went into that. 10XD, we talked about switching between the Crush and the 10XD. Neko rig actually came in super duper handy, and a Ned rig right there. Surprisingly, like I told you guys, that Neko and that Ned catch some big ones. I think we got one of our 7 and changes off that Neko, dude. And just fishing small, fishing slow, shaking that bait where they were like crushing, you know, that 10XD. You just put that little kind of shaky plastic in there. Still gets big bites. You just got to fish it super slow. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know if there's some videos you want to see. We're going to be headed back to Alabama very shortly, probably in about a week or so. And you know, I can't wait to get back, dude. I love fishing up there, and I've learned so much, and it's so cool to take the things that I've learned up there and apply them here. I'm looking at the graph differently as I fish here, and I'm fishing different down here. I'm fishing like a little bit lighter, a little bit more finesse. I like it, dude. I can tell that I've picked some things up, so that's always an achievement, because that's the goal that we're after by moving and fishing in some different areas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are checking out for now. Thank you for watching. Peace.